Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something really fundamental, building up that mental strength,
Mm,
that resilience we all need when life, well, throws things at us.
absolutely. And we've been exploring different ways to do that. And,
Mhm.
journaling keeps coming up as a powerful tool.
It really does. And we've been looking specifically at its role in building resilience. We found Listallion's Journal Notebook for Resilience, a really well thought out example for this kind of work.
Yeah, it's not something brand new to us. We've seen these around, but looking at it through this resilience lens is interesting.
And when you actually hold one, you get it. That 120 GSM paper, it feels substantial, like it's meant to last. And
Right.
little things like the numbered pages and that sturdy faux leather cover, they give it this feeling of a trusted place, a reliable spot for your thoughts.
Exactly. It signals that this is a quality space, a dedicated space for maybe some serious reflection, which is kind of the point, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. So, our mission today really is to unpack how using a dedicated journal, especially one with features like Listallion's, can genuinely help build that inner strength, that resilience.
Mm-hmm. How the tool itself supports the process.
It makes me think of my sister Emily. She used to scribble notes everywhere, any old notebook.
We all know someone like that.
Totally random thoughts, shopping lists, whatever. But then she hit this really tough patch, changing careers, feeling kind of lost.
Uh,
And she decided she needed something more focused. She actually sought out one of these Listallion resilience journals. She said having that specific place, that intention, made a huge difference in getting through it.
So that's a perfect example
Yeah.
because resilience is all about adapting, bouncing back when things get tough.
And challenges, well, they're just part of life, aren't they? Big stuff, small stuff, financial worries, health things, setbacks.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah.
And that's often when emotions can just feel
Yeah,
huge, overwhelming.
right. And that's where journaling can be such a release valve, getting those intense feelings out of your head and onto the page.
It creates a bit of distance, doesn't it? Makes them feel less consuming.
Yeah. And there's actual research behind this, isn't there? Expressive writing reducing stress.
Oh, definitely. Lots of studies link expressive writing to lower stress, uh, getting more clarity on situations, and building that emotional resilience over time.
It helps you sort things out.
It does. The act of writing forces a different kind of processing. You organize thoughts, try to make sense of it all.
And the key thing about a journal versus maybe talking to someone is it's completely private, zero judgment.
Totally. You can be raw, unfiltered,
Mm.
say anything. That privacy is, well, it's essential for honest self-reflection.
Mhm.
And, thinking about the Listallion journals again, that wood-free ivory paper.
Mhm.
It sounds like a small detail, but makes writing smoother, less scratchy, less distracting.
Right. So you can just focus on getting the thoughts out.
Exactly. Whether you're venting or, writing down things you're grateful for or just puzzling through something, that smooth experience helps you stay in the flow.
It becomes like this safe container for your thoughts.
Yeah. A reliable space.
It reminds me of a friend, let's call him James. He lost his job, had some personal stuff go wrong, basically hit rock bottom, really tough time.
Understandable.
And someone, a mentor figure, I think, actually gave him one of these resilience journals, told him to just start writing, document the feelings, goals, even tiny wins.
Just get it down on paper.
Exactly. And James told me later that, surprisingly, the numbered pages were incredibly helpful.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, when everything felt chaotic and uncertain, having those numbers gave him this weird sense of order. He could literally flip back and see his journey.
Like tracking progress.
Yeah. See where he was feeling awful and then gradually see, new ideas popping up, small steps forward. It wasn't just a mess of feelings, it was a documented path.
That's fascinating. How a simple feature like numbered pages provides that anchor, that perspective when you're feeling lost. It lets you see the patterns, the movement.
Right. And it helped him shift into using it more actively, like for setting goals, figuring out next steps, which, as you said, is key for resilience.
Absolutely. It moves from just processing to actively building.
So let's dig into some of the specific techniques.
Hmm.
We looked at 5 that seem really effective for building resilience through journaling. First up, gratitude journaling.
Ah, yes, the classic. Just listing things you're thankful for regularly.
Even when things are rough, right? It forces that shift in focus.
It really does. It helps counteract our brain's natural tendency to, zoom in on the negative stuff. Actively looking for the good makes a difference.
Okay, second, goal setting and reflection.
Defining what you want, breaking it down into steps, and then checking in on how it's going.
creates direction, and lets you see progress.
And this is where, again, a feature like the line spacing in the Listallion Journal can be useful. As 7.5 millimeter width, it's enough room to write clearly, set out steps, reflect properly, without feeling cramped or, conversely, like there's too much empty space.
Yeah, it provides a nice structure for that kind of focused writing. Good point. Yeah.
Okay, third technique, problem-solving journaling.
Right. So facing a specific challenge, you dedicate entries to just brainstorming, looking at it from all sides, listing possible solutions, pros and cons.
Writing it out helps you think more clearly about it, maybe spot things you missed.
Exactly. It helps detach a bit from the emotion and engage the analytical side. Often leads to better solutions.
Makes sense. Fourth is emotional processing.
This is maybe the simplest, but so important. Just writing whatever you're feeling. No filter, no judgment, just letting it out.
Getting it out of your system.
Yeah, it's incredibly cathartic, helps regulate those tough emotions.
And the fifth one, mindfulness and visualization. Using prompts, maybe, to become more aware of the present moment, reflecting on your strengths, or even visualizing positive outcomes, future successes.
Connecting with yourself and your goals on a deeper level.
Precisely. And you know what else is really handy in the Listallion for organizing all this?
What's that?
The built-in table of contents. Seems basic, maybe, but if you're using these different techniques, gratitude here, problem solving there, it lets you easily find things later.
Ah, right. So you can track themes or revisit specific entries easily, like finding all your goal-setting pages.
Exactly. It supports that structured approach, making the journal a more powerful tool over time, not just a random collection of thoughts.
It's those thoughtful little design choices that elevate the whole practice, isn't it?
It really is. And when you stick with these techniques, the payoff for resilience is pretty significant.
Yeah. What are the big benefits we see?
Well, definitely stress reduction, like we said. Increased self-awareness is huge.
Yeah.
You start understanding your patterns, your triggers.
Personal growth, too, right?
Yeah.
Seeing your strengths, where you need to develop.
For sure. Better problem-solving skills because you're practicing it on paper. And long-term, looking back gives you clarity, helps build a more positive mindset overall.
And again, even the physical quality helps here. That thick Listallion paper, the 120 GSM stuff.
No annoying bleed through.
Right. You can use whatever pen you like, write freely. It makes the whole experience just nicer, more encouraging to keep doing it.
Absolutely. You want a tool that feels good to use, that supports the habit.
Definitely. And let's circle back quickly to goal setting. Writing goals down in a dedicated journal like this, it just makes them feel more real, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Takes them out of the realm of vague ideas and makes them concrete commitments. And it helps break down big, scary goals into
manageable steps.
Yeah.
Less intimidating.
Exactly. And, crucially, documenting the small wins along the way.
Yeah, that's so important. Easy to forget those when you're struggling.
But noting them down. I did this today. I made progress here. It builds momentum. It reinforces that growth mindset, that feeling of, I can do this.
It fuels resilience. And again, having that clear space, those nice lines, like in the Listallion, it just helps organize that tracking and reflection.
Creates the right environment for it.
I remember a colleague, Mark, he wasn't necessarily focused on resilience per se, but he was drowning in this super stressful project. Crazy deadlines, constant pressure.
Sounds familiar.
He started using a Listallion journal, basically, just to track his daily tasks, trying to stay afloat. But he told me later, seeing the list of things he had accomplished each day ticked off.
Oh, the visual proof.
Yeah, even the small stuff. It gave him this unexpected sense of control and progress amidst the chaos. It kept him going, stopped him from feeling totally overwhelmed.
That visual evidence of effort and achievement, that's incredibly powerful for boosting confidence and perseverance.
Which is resilience, right there in action. Even if he didn't call it that.
Exactly. The simple act of documenting provides that objective feedback loop that strengthens your ability to cope.
So, wrapping up this deep dive, it seems pretty clear that resilience isn't something you just have or don't have. It's a muscle you build.
An ongoing process, yeah. Growth, adaptation, and a dedicated journal, especially one designed with purpose like the Listallion, can be a really valuable partner in that.
It's using that simple yet powerful act of writing
to process emotions, yet develop coping skills, and just fundamentally build a stronger, more adaptable you.
And Listallion's commitment to quality, these thoughtful features, it shows they understand they're providing more than just paper. It's a tool for transformation.
Supporting that journey towards well-being and ultimately success in navigating life.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. Consider how just regularly writing down your experiences, the good, the bad, the mundane, and reflecting on your own progress, maybe using a tool designed to help like this. How could that subtly but powerfully shift your perspective?
Yeah, how might it strengthen that inner core over time? What might you actually discover about your own resilience if you started documenting your journey today?